Okay, we're ready.
Good morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. You see, every week we got to get some more airtime here on YouTube. Why? Because the market's just moving too much. Okay, we're only here on Fridays and Saturdays. And we're going to have to start adding a day during the week. Okay, we're on TikTok, and we do that a few more times. And the audience is larger. And you know what? As we get toward the end of the year, you're going to need a little more, maybe exposure to experience, because we've seen this before. And I think people haven't seen this before. So you're getting these wild moves. Look at the stock market this week, out of control. Okay, pockets down, then up. No rhyme or reason. It's more emotion is in the market this week. We've seen that in some of the big names. What we talked about last week, we said the big names, they're nowhere near their highs, even though the stock market feels like it's going up, straight up. But now when you start to look at your statements, or if you start to look at your performance, it dwindled. And it might have cut in half over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Some of these hot sectors, they've fallen down. Let's give you a couple examples. Okay, let's look at the rare earth sector. Okay, that was something that no one had on their radar screen until October. Look at this. Started here, exploded here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks came all the way down to here. We think here is good value. I think I'm wrong. Look at this. Just keeps on going, even newer lows. Now this is a market that is caught, gets stuck, gets emotional, and then can't stay in the game. Why? Because that's one of the ripple effects. The ripple effects of some of these stocks that I'm talking about that have pretty much broken down. Okay, let's look at Netflix. Since it announced a split, look at this thing. Okay, 10-for-1 splits. You know what that means? 10 times as many shares are under pressure. So to go from 115 to 105 sounds like it's only 10 points. It's more, right? Times it by 10. It's a 100-point move. Okay, and the market is caught because people just want to be in because of a split, which always, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. It attracts money for a short period of time just because the pool gets bigger. A larger audience can get involved. Doesn't change the fundamentals, and we think these things are overpriced. Some of the other big names, hey, look at Amazon, which is a staple. That's some staple, guys. Okay, you're talking about a couple of weeks. Each line is 1 day. 2 weeks, look at this. It's gone from here to here, and it doesn't look any better. It looks like it maybe can bounce, but the thing is, if it's only a bounce, then what happens to all the people that got in up here? You know, now all of a sudden they're underwater. They're on a little bit of stress because if they have this on, they probably got the other big names on, and you're approaching the end of the year. A couple of other big names that don't seem to be holding up. I'm going to put them up there. Meta. Okay, same thing. These are staples. Okay, it's a tough staple to have on right now, guys. Look at this thing. Okay, look at all this time up here. You're talking about August and September, 2 months of the market trading up here. You know what that means? The public is in, they're in, they want more, they want more. Then you get a bounce and it fails, and look what happens after it fails, gets in trouble. Now you're all the way back down to here. You know what this is? This is when we had the April-May bottom, when the president announced the tariffs. You're all the way back down here. So all the people that are in here so quickly are down here. Same thing, it has a ripple effect. Okay, if you start losing money in these, and you're in the rare earth, you're in lithium, you're in uranium, you know, you got in those because you made some money here. Now you're giving money back here. You got those on which are falling apart. It becomes a little bit of a perfect storm, and things start to cave in a little bit, and you're approaching the end of the year. That's what's going on now. So this is, we've been saying this for a couple, you know, listen, I've been bearish since the end of the summer, so I've been wrong. Now it looks like it's right, but look how long I had to wait. The point is, if people are comfortable, now they're going to make a decision because you're approaching year end. Okay, now all of a sudden you thought you made a lot of money, and now you're not. And when you see a statement and say, well, maybe I should trim a little bit, well, who are you going to trim it to? Everybody's in the same situation where they want to, they don't have to liquidate, but they may trim. Some things they got to liquidate. I'm going to show you something that I think they are liquidating now, the crypto sector. The crypto sector is really getting banged up a little bit. And it's not because I think it's wrong, just things people got euphoric, they got crowded, everybody didn't want to miss the boat. Okay, but look at these crypto stocks. They've been telling us this for weeks, many weeks, and then this week crypto started going down. This is our big gauge, was MSTR. This was a way of we could gauge Bitcoin. Well, look at this thing. This is a tough way to be long. Look at this thing, guys. It's not even, you can't even find lows here. Lows of the year, breaking down. Okay, our point was once it got through this area, we thought there's going to be some forced selling, what we call negative whip, what we call leverage longs have to unwind, and that's why you're getting this. So what it does, it causes the price of Bitcoin to go down. Now you got Bitcoin that was 120, I don't know, maybe what, 4 or 5 weeks ago. Now you broke 100, it was like a big deal, and it was bouncing. It went from 100 to 90 real fast, which is kind of the way this is moving. Now it's gone from 90 to 80. Okay, so now a good bounce would be to 90. This is not what people were anticipating. This is not going toward the end of the year. Some of these other cryptos, these altcoins, these alternative investments in crypto, they're starting to give way. So people that were making good money, they're probably back down to where they got in. If you're back down to where you got in and you're uncomfortable, then you got to make a little bit of a decision. So that's what I think you got to watch out here between now and the next few weeks, that the people may say, all right, I want to get out, it's year end, or I want to trim, it's year end. Well, who are they going to trim it to? That's a good example. Some of the other crypto stocks, because think about it, how hard is it to be long that? It's too hard for me. Look at Mara, same thing. Look at these things, guys. You're in a big area. This is where it was in April. You're right there now. So the bounce from here, I think, is only a bounce. So you got in April because of the president made the announcement and you caught a ride. Okay, now I don't think if you can even get up to here. So if you get a here to here, I think that's an accomplishment. So that's what you got to watch. The difference here compared to here is the calendar. April, you're in the middle of the year. There's no time constraints. Now you're in November, which in my opinion, starting this week, you get the shortened week for Thanksgiving, means you're in year-end mode right now, because all of a sudden December's there and you got to adjust the way you trade. Now you pay attention to your taxes, pay attention to year-end, pay attention to your overall portfolio. So that's why it's a different story. If you caught long here in December, it can be dangerous. If you caught long here in April, you just got to live through it and work through it. And you can navigate. I don't think you can navigate here because you got a shot clock on now. That's the way we're looking at the markets right now. A couple other things that have pulled back. Metals. And we think metals were an opportunity, but we're not going gung-ho. We just avoided, and now we're getting back in. If you followed us, if you belong to the group, we were up at 3 o'clock in the morning on Thursday morning, Friday morning, how you call it, literally waiting for our spots. We've been waiting for silver. We've been waiting for palladium. We've been waiting for a couple of commodities. We did not buy silver. We waited. We got our spot. I'm going to show you what we did. We did this 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Why? Because we got to our spot. Our spot was right here in silver. If you follow the group, we bought silver right in the spot we wanted to buy it. Look at this, guys. Waited for it, got a bounce. Something that you can trade. That was silver. But think about it. The whole time we've been waiting. People say, we're getting in. You feel like you're missing the boat. I've been trading silver for over 40 years. Okay, you never missed a boat in silver. Silver's the one boat that always finds a way to come back. And the problem is, when it comes back is when the boat gets full up here. So every time silver has these crazy moves, keep it in mind. Well, it's hard to keep it in mind because you haven't experienced it. I've experienced it. It gets crowded, it gets euphoric, and it breathes. So we waited for the breather. That was silver. Palladium, something that we've been trading. It's actually been our home run trades this year in futures. Okay, we've got a couple of home run trades in stocks, a couple of home run trades in futures. They've both been palladium. We did it. I think we did it again. We bought palladium. And look what we bought palladium. The same exact reason. We bought palladium right here. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. You see that spot there? You know what that is? I can tell you right now. That was 3:15 in the morning, Friday morning, New York time. That's when we bought that. Look how cool that is. Now that's a bounce, and that's got a fundamental that can go higher. So this is something we may not trade. We might hang on to this. Palladium's been good to us. We caught it twice this year. It's been a home run trade. So look how we waited for these spots. If you want to get up at 3:15 in the morning, I got no problem. I want to make money. So if it's 3:15 in the morning or 3:15 in the afternoon, hey, there's no AM or PM with me if I'm trying to make money. That's an opportunity. Oil. Nothing bullish about oil stories. Plenty of oil around. Demand is uniform, overproducing, not caring about maintaining how you sell it. So it's all a bearish story. So what happens? Oil goes down. But we've been in a mode all year that oil's in a range. So it gets down to here, we want to buy. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do. We're in the camp to buy oil. Okay. We bought oil 2 days ago, Wednesday. We sold it on the bounce, and now it's pulling back again. Instead of putting oil on down here, what do we buy? We bought gasoline. I'm only telling you what I'm doing, guys. Okay, It's up to you. You always looking over my shoulder, but we bought gasoline down here. Okay, so we sold out the oil, made a little money. Now gasoline's pulling back into an area that we think is attractive, $1.80, $1.75 for a gallon of gasoline. You know, realize, you're not getting this at the pump. Okay, it's all tax situations. Who pays tax? State tax, federal tax, city tax is different. But in our opinion, with the way the spreads are reacting, or the bottom end of the range, we want to buy gasoline down here. So that's what we did. Okay, so you have my opinions. You know my oil opinion, we're in a range. You know my metals opinion, it's on a mission. You know the stocks opinion, we've been bearish and we've been waiting. Now you don't realize that the stock market is going down, but you realize when you go look at your statement. Okay, and that's when it's going to make a difference. You're going to say, holy mackerel, I was up 15, 20, 25%. Now maybe I'm up 10%. You give them back what took in 10 months to make, you gave half of it back in 2 weeks. And the point is, what you're thinking now is, how do I keep this 10% that I made? That's when the emotions take over. Okay, there's a lot of times, I've done this so many times in my life, where you're making 20, 30%, and if it goes from about 30 and it goes back down to 20, you say, how am I going to make this 10 back? But when it goes from 20 to 10, you say, how do I protect the 10 that I'm up now? And that's what can happen as you approach year end. So you might have some more selling. You have some tax fluctuations going on. There's going to be some movement that's not going to make sense. It's tax reasons. So we adjust for December, and that's what we do. We say there's 2 months of the year that you have to change the way you trade. One is August and one is December, and we've made our adjustments for December. Okay, see what we got.
Yeah, we have a question from, it looks like Shimara.
Okay.
Quick question. Why not use stop loss? AREC, USAR, COP, UUU, NAKTMC are down between 50% and 50%.
Yeah.
How can you have 200% return, or is this only for commercial purposes?
Commercial purposes. The board is right here. You tell me. We got in at areas that we like the stories down here to extend. If you're going to bring up the ones that are down, we've balanced. So if we have ones that aren't working, how about the ones that did work? Every trade is here. You want to question anything that we have, please question it. We have stocks now that we think are there. Stop loss. We have stop losses when we think we're wrong. Okay, if we think we're wrong, we get out. Okay, so if you're going to bring up the 4 or 5 that aren't working, how about bringing up, we have 30 positions on. How about bringing up the other 20 or 25 that are working? I understand your point, but let's only be fair.
Okay. Are we nervous on our AREC?
Nervous?
Yes.
I don't get nervous on anything. If I think it's wrong, I get out. If I think it's right, I stay in. If I like the story, I don't know. If you trade with nerves, you don't think clearly. I don't trade with nerves. Okay, I have reasons why I'm in. Nothing's going to make me nervous. I've been nervous forever. And you want to know something? That's an edge, because people are looking at numbers instead of the reasoning.
We have a comment here. So the goal is to buy low, sell high.
What? Well, obviously that's an obvious question, right?
Let's see. We have a bunch of other questions here. Joe, do you think silver stocks will go up this coming week?
This week? I don't think anything can go up this week as far as wanting to put them in for long term. I think now you got to trade. You got to be in a trading mode between now and the end of the year. So if you see a bounce, if that's what you're looking for, I think they can bounce, but we're going to be looking to trade.
What are your thoughts on COP and UNG?
UNG, we think is going to work its way higher, but we're not in a rush to buy it. We sold it out. We made some money on it. We caught the move. We're out. COP, we like it down here for the same reason. We think oil's at the bottom end of the range, so we think COP is one of the attractive ones that you want to buy.
How about UUUU?
UUUU is one of those sectors they're getting ripple effects from the other stocks not working. We like the uranium sector. We liked it a little higher from here, but we think it's flushing people out that got in at the wrong spot. If we think we're wrong, we're going to get out, but right now we still like the uranium sector. We're just wearing the positions that we have on.
Okay. It looks as though as the Russia-Ukraine conflict may end by Thanksgiving. Will gold and silver sell off dramatically if the peace...
No, not at all. Gold and silver are on their own. They aren't Ukraine, Russia sensitive here. Okay? Gold and silver are currency sensitive right now. They're being compared as currencies. They're U.S. sensitive. Alternative investments for U.S. treasuries. Global currency alternatives. They're not geopolitically sensitive to this.
All right. Next question is, how about we take a look at BA, Boeing?
Boeing. That's one we put on, and that's extending a little more than I thought. That's one I am concerned about. We started putting it on small. We waited for it. We put it on in 3 pieces. We got all 3 pieces on. this is concerning because it's got to hang out around this area right around here. So we may see it down here. Okay, we started around here buying Boeing. Okay, we want to see the extensions. When we see this and it turns, there's a big bounce. But this is something we want to trade. So we're going to look at it down here and we're going to look at it up here. Okay, I have all three pieces on, so I don't think I'm going to be adding any more Boeing down here.
All right, how about EXK?
EXK, we have it on. We want to put more of it on. That's one we like to trade because we think that's our favorite silver stock for trading. It's been good to us 2 years now. Okay, we got into an area. We bought it in the spot. We bought it into the earnings when it went into there. This was a little encouraging that it rejected down here. So we think this could bounce, but we're going to trade this. Everything we bought down here, let me tell you something, we're going to be looking to trade on a bounce, EXK.
Next one, SBSW.
SBSW has been a home run stock twice this year. We have it on again. We're trading it this time, okay, because I think that all the markets are going to breathe. So we have SBSW on for the third time this year. So let me find it, SBS, right here. Okay, if you remember, we were all in down here. We sold it, I'm not exaggerating, we sold it all. We put it all in down here, I'm not exaggerating. You see the videos, we sold it all up here. Now we started putting it on here, here, here. We have it all on. We had a bounce, we sold a piece of it out. We think it's going to go again. But now if the overall market's going to breathe until now and the end of the year, it might not go now, it may go next year. So we're going to trade it. So if we bounce a little more, we're going to trade a piece of it. But we still think this thing has got a lot of room on the upside, just maybe not in the next 30 days.
Okay, so next one is CENX.
Century Aluminum. Okay, we started putting it on. Okay, it's in an area that we like. Okay, think about this was one we caught on the short side, and now we're trying to see if we could get it on the long side. The Century Aluminum has been pretty good to us. Okay, we bought it on this pullback, and now we're looking to trade it. But if it bounces, we're gonna be a seller up here. Same thing, we're looking to trade. There's nothing on this board that I want to invest in. I want to look to trade between now and the end of the year. This is when I think it can bounce and we can trade it.
All right, how about we go take a look at the trade log since the market was kind of on a downfall this week.
Yep, it's the right way to do it.
How important is it to stay balanced?
Okay, here we go. Okay, this is we got hit. This
Yeah, you gotta refresh. Yeah,
that refreshes us for the year. 312%. That's not where we're up. Okay, we're up around 270. We're up around 270% for the year. Okay, this is just on the closed trades. So you want to tell me, you think there's balance in here? Okay, we were at 220 at the beginning of October. So we're up 50% in a month and a half. Okay, you tell me who's up from the beginning of October to now. I don't think so, because we're trading in these markets. Okay, you see everything we do, we stick to what I think we know. Commodities, resources, stay away from the big names. Something that I can't explain. If I lose money, I can explain why I lose money. Okay, but we have balance. The person that just mentioned those 4 or 5 stocks that aren't working. Well, I'm looking at my list right there. We have about 25 positions on. So obviously the other ones are working. Well, I'm sure you'll be bringing those up too. So that's my point. If you have enough balance, they don't make a difference. This isn't a commercial. When you add up the ones that aren't working and the ones that are working, that's what you come out with, 270%. The math is here. There is nothing being made up. You want to ask me questions, please ask me any question you want. 520 trades. You know what? At the beginning of October, it was 420 trades. So we're not sitting on our hands. We added 100 trades in the last month and a half. We are aggressive. This is a trading market. We take advantage of opportunities. And they're there.
all right. Let's see what else we have here. Guys, if you have any comments, put it in the comments section here. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions. That looks like that's all we have right now.
Okay, that's where we stand. You want to join, guys? This is us. RNTR Trading. Okay, it's a lot of copycats lately. I guess people are getting banged around a little bit. So you see people are trying to impersonate us, say we're day traders, we're mirror traders, we're swing traders, we trade crypto. We don't do any of those. We're directional traders. It's a trading market, not an investing market in our opinion. We have a way of making sure that you come into us. You contact us, we don't ask you for money. Okay, we get back to you. We send you the link. We send you the mail. We send you the invite to the Discord chat. That's how we know we're getting the right people in this group. This group is done unbelievable. You don't have to listen to me. Ask anyone in the group how they're doing this year. Or go to marketwatch.com in the beginning of September. They put an article out on us just explaining the way we take advantage of a trading market. Yeah, these are the prices. Comes with all these. Comes with alerts. Comes with a webinar with Guy Adami. Comes with midday clips. We got basic courses if you want. We have additional boot camps if you're looking at boot camps to show you how to read a chart or show you how we price options, separate boot camp. These are things that get you totally rounded if you want to be a trader. If you want to be a trader, you can make those numbers. If you want to be an investor, you're not going to make those kind of numbers. Okay, and it's not a flash in the pan. We made over 100% last year. We've had 2 years prior to that we made over 100% also. Okay, it's a little more comprehensive. You got to dedicate yourself a little bit, but look at the return. It'll take you 15 years to make that kind of a return, which is exactly in that MarketWatch.com article. Someone who thought he was going to take 15 years to make enough money to buy a summer home bought it in 7 months. I'm not making it up. Go check it out. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All right?
All right. Let's see here. If there are any other questions. Joe guides us, but you have to do your own homework. Guidance is a huge help, a lot. Yep. Let's see. I don't see anything else here.
Okay. We'll be back here on, oh, guys, one thing coming up. We won't be here. First of all, if you've been following me, YouTube's a little new. Follow me on TikTok or you're part of the group. The whole team hasn't taken a day off in over 2 years, pushing 3 years. So next Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're all going to take a break. So we won't be here Friday. We won't be here Saturday. But what we are doing is we're going to be raising our prices. Okay, with this kind of performance, we added more features, we added more staff. We got a Black Friday deal coming up. You may want to look into it. We'll
I
send
just
them
had a
out.
question on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coming out on Black Friday. Okay, but that window is going to be small, then we're going to raise the prices. So you may want to look at this for yourself. But you know what you should look at? Look for, if you're a young person or if you have a family member or someone older, they can hit the buttons just like you can. They don't have to pay a fee. They can trade. They can be active. You might want to subscribe. That's what we had last year. We had so many people buying Christmas presents for their dad, for their mom, for their aunt, for their godmother, saying, you can do this because I've been doing it. We have housewives. We have so many people who never did this before. The person who made that money for the houses, he sold his electrical company and was trying to retire, okay? Now he is retired. We got teachers, we got students, people that own restaurants. So anyone could do this. You just got to give yourself a little time to learn it. Like anything you do, give yourself a little time to learn it. You'll be right there.
All right.
Good?
I think we're good.
I'll say, okay, we won't see you for another, not this Friday coming up, the Friday after. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Please, guys, make an adjustment between now and the end of the year. Don't trade December like you've been trading the last few months. It might come out to bite you. Watch yourself. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.